I was only 6 months old when he died. My sister was 3, my brother was 2.
Following in his footsteps tonight, the daughter of a murdered Detroit police officer is fighting for justice as a deputy chief.
She's been involved in countless cases, yet one of the oldest unsolved mysteries in Detroit. It's her own father's murder in the line of duty more than 45 years ago.
Only on 7 tonight, Simon Shakehead has the inspiring story of how her family persevered, but still longs for closure.
Losing a parent is devastating, let alone when a murderer goes free. One brave woman has found the strength to turn that tragedy into a calling in law enforcement.
My father's name was Ulysses, and that's where I get my name from. My first name is Ulisha.
As a Detroit Police Deputy Chief, Ulisha Renee Hall knows firsthand the pain felt by crime victims and their families. She was a small child when she, her sister Taria, and brother Ulysses lost their father at the hands of a cold-blooded killer. He was just 26 years old, a cop for 5 years.
My dad was from Detroit originally. He joined the Detroit Police Department after he left the Army. It was 1967.
Back then, Ulysses Brown was working on a specialized unit in what's now the 9th Precinct, cracking down on prostitution. He was gunned down August 20th, 1971, by a murderer never brought to justice.
Allegedly, he identified the individual who was the prostitute in question, and she was supposed to be leading her Johns to her pimp, and individuals were coming up either robbed or dead.
Here, where a vacant lot now sits, someone committed that heinous act that would forever alter the lives of many.
I was only 6 months old when he died. My sister was 3, my brother was 2.
In the difficult years that followed, their family was forced to overcome an immeasurable loss.
My father not being there meant the same thing as every other child throughout the city of Detroit or the world growing up without a father. It has an impact.
Yet, a strong mother had the courage to raise the family on her own, instilling values, stressing education, and teaching them how to reach their goals.
That is why I sit here today as a deputy chief of the city of Detroit. My brother is a chief warrant officer in the Navy. He's stationed in Florida, and my sister is an educator. She's been an educator for about 25 years.
Deputy Chief Hall came to Detroit Police at the age of 29, fiercely determined to make our city safer so others wouldn't have to endure that same pain.
I channeled that anger into passion about joining the police department with the community. We want to make sure that we are very aggressive in our homicide investigations and that we're very active in our apprehension, because we do know what it feels like.
Now overseeing Chief James Craig's neighborhood policing program, Deputy Chief Hall is breaking down barriers and building relationships between police and the community.
I will not accept this whole notion that Detroit's one of the most violent cities in America.
Deputy Chief Hall has also launched a cutting-edge Spirit of Service program. New officers are spending time feeding the homeless, interacting with seniors, getting to know our youth, even meeting with former offenders being released back into society after serving time.
Everyone has a story, and we need to know who they are, what their story is, and how they're relative to this community.
Looking back on her father's murder, Hall still believes someone could come forward with valuable information. In the meantime, her life's work continues to be a tribute to a hero who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty.
Closure is very important for myself and for my family. And we would like to know what happened. I believe that I'm finishing what my dad started.
If you have any information about the case, please call Detroit Police. You can also remain anonymous and call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. From downtown Detroit, Simon Shakehead, 7 Action News.
And you know what? If her dad is looking down from heaven, I know he'd be proud of the work she's doing in the city.
I was thinking it doesn't take a lot of analysis to figure out what drives her to do what she does for this city, and so we wish her the best of luck with the city and with her own personal mission there.
Absolutely.